Donnie, we're about to do something pretty cool.
What we're gonna do?
We're going to fix all this electrical.
Well, hell, I'll just turn it on. You want me to do that?
Yeah, let's go turn it on. So this, wait a minute, let's tell them where we're at first. They don't know where we're at. A lot of these people do not follow us.
Oh, then I ain't gonna know what the big green building
So we are in this big building in downtown Jefferson. This is the one that the tornado tore down. And then a gentleman came in here in 1970 and he rebuilt this thing with these big steel I-beams. Now they look rusty and everything, but they're actually in very nice shape. They're just rusty. We need to clean them and paint them and stuff like that. But this is a very solid building. Should we show them the front, Donnie?
Oh yeah.
So a tornado came through downtown Jefferson in 1958, and it tore down this building, completely destroyed it. Now let's show them. Let's show them Main Street here.
Main Street.
You're not hearing kids scream. You're hearing birds. Okay. Dead quiet on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, right? So here on Main Street, there is this one big building that is built out of metal. And see how it doesn't fit? That's because this is the one the tornado tore down. So if you haven't seen us talk about that before, that's where we're at. So we purchased this building a long time ago, got a real good deal on it, and we use it for storage and stuff like that. The building originally had a wall right here. This was the north wall, and this was an alley between that building and that building, right? So when the guy built this roof to replace the building, he built it over the alley and anchored it right next to the building next to it. Then cut a door in the side of the building so that people could walk in between. All right. Now I'm going to go over and show you on that side the remnants of the building over there, so you can see the arches and stuff. So this is the south wall. See these pillars? Those held up big arched beams originally. And that's the back of the building right there, the original building. There was an arch all the way across. And then the other wall was over before the alley. We've got all those sinks sitting in the alley. You may have seen those if you watched our video before, but there was a brick wall all the way down through here. When the tornado came through, it completely destroyed this building and ripped the top off. Tore the facade out, and is a big deal. Okay, so it sat with no roof till about 1970, early 70s. A gentleman bought it and he built this roof over the top of it. Okay, so that gentleman installed a bunch of power in the building. So in 1970 something, he put this power in. Now where this ran from was all these lines go down because they go under the building next to it. In the building next to it, it went over to a huge service entrance on the other side of the building. And they had 3-phase and all that crap going on in here. And whenever they did that, they turned this into a shop. So this building had all kinds of wood cutting equipment and stuff like that in it. There's a big old belt sander over there that's still here. And just they ran all kinds of equipment in here. Okay. Well, the place was in use up until about 2003, something like that, 2002. And then the guy that was using it for a cabinet shop at the time had all this power and everything hooked up, and they were just running wide open in here. And we talked to a few people that worked here, and they said one of the things that they remembered was that it was so hot in here. Now it's 92 degrees out right now, but it's not very warm in here because we don't have much of equipment running, and we rebuilt the whole back walls insulated them, and you see we even have that solar panel stuff on them, right? Replaced the metal. There used to be some windows up high that there was nothing in, so it was just open to the elements. This place was like an oven before, right? But it's a lot better now. Well, in about 2002, the guy that was running the cabinet shop, his wife came to bring him lunch one day. This is the story we heard. Now, if this is wrong, I apologize to the gentleman who is still with us. From what I heard, his wife came to bring him lunch one day, and she parked outside in the street in the wrong parking space, in a handicapped parking space, or parked on the curb, or in a no parking zone, or something like that, to just run in the door and give the guy his lunch. And when she went back outside, a police officer had written her a parking ticket. And it's a really small town, and it infuriated the guy that was running the cabinet shop in here. And so he got in a big shouting match with the police officer outside on the sidewalk, which ended in him saying, well, fine then, I'll just move my damn business, blah, 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 and, you know, going crazy. Now, again, if the gentleman is still alive and that story is not correct, that's the story we've heard from multiple people. We're not, believe me, I've done much worse myself, so I'm not trying to, you know, talk trash about the guy, but that's what happened. He got in a big pissing match with the police officer out front, and shortly thereafter closed the building down. So it sat here from the early 2000s to about 2007, and a gentleman bought the building and the one next to it. And he said when he came in, all of the power and everything was working, but he didn't pay to, well, I think he kept the power on, but they came by in 2007 or 2008, and they moved all the power from the front of the buildings to the back of the buildings. So they put new service entrances on the back. Now, if you were here when they did that, the power company worked with you to reroute your feeds to the back of the building. And so they had building inspectors, they had electricians, and the power company here, they would mount a new box, hook it up, run a new feed into your sub panels, get everything right with the building inspector. They did a good job on all of them that we've seen that they did. And we were here at the time doing a building across the street, and they moved ours for us, and it was perfect. Everything worked out great. They literally did it while we were waiting, right? But this gentleman didn't do that. He didn't hook it up because of a bunch of different reasons. But so this power is the old power that is no longer hooked up. And this building has leaked and everything else. This has been sitting turned off since 2008. It's 2021 now, so for 13 years, this has been sitting and turned off. And as you see, they have power ran all over the freaking place. I mean, they've got crap running here, there, and everywhere. Lots of old light fixtures. Just stuff everywhere, and it goes all down through there, right? So when we found it, we've cut it out because we don't want to reuse the old stuff. Now you may say that's crazy, but it's really, I don't like having exposed Molex. I mean, not Molex, Molex. I'm thinking of my arcade games. I don't like having exposed Romex like that, and you know, it's just, I don't like that. I like stuff being in conduit or in the wall or in metal clad, you know, something. So we're not going to reuse this, but it's high time that we got some power on this building. So I'm going to show you what these boxes look like. None of these are hooked up, and they're not going to be hooked up if we can get over there to them. I don't think. Look, that one says leave off, and there is a sticker over the door. That'd be an interesting one to look in. Let me see if I can get past these sinks without killing myself. Leave this one off, people. Nothing in there. That one says lights and wall sockets. Donnie was going to do this. He had to go outside and talk to somebody. This Let's see here. Oh, I can go around there. Let me go around there. Luckily, although I don't have little legs, I have long arms. Okay. So that breaker box is way up there. There's no way in hell that's code, is it? Look, it's like, I mean, I have long arms, but I cannot reach the first breaker. And I'm damn near 6'2". Damn, if I had something, I'd open the door a little bit so we could see more of it. Got the old cartridge style fuses in that. The old big cartridge fuses in that. And then this one says lights and sockets. That actually looks pretty clean. See if I can knock that one door open a little bit more. This is why you subscribe to this channel, folks. We do all the cool stuff. It says grinder, band saws, plural. Grinder, compressor, and saws up on the top. Down there it says off, which might mean office. Another one says off. And then on the side there, what's that say? Air compressor. Okay, so that's what they've got. We're not going to use any of this. Let's see what Donnie says when he comes back in. He's going to his truck. He must be going to get a Diet Coke. Were you going to get a Diet Coke?
No.
That's what I told him you were doing.
I had a customer.
Oh, okay.
Or not a customer, but a
Potential client. I showed him all of the stuff. I told him the story. I told him about how the guy had the cabinet shop and quit. Got in a pissing contest with the police officer up front. And I apologize to that gentleman if he's listening to this video, because we're not criticizing him, because I've done worse and you've done worse.
Absolutely.
So we're not trying to,
less.
yeah, for less. So we're not trying to say he shouldn't have, well, he shouldn't have done that, but we're not trying to say he's a bad guy or anything. Okay, so I told him that we are not using this power anymore. It's all been unhooked, and that we don't feel comfortable with it. So
I don't feel comfortable with it neither.
this power has been turned off for 13 years. Now you could have just ran, really it's so screwed up, Donnie. I mean, you would have had to combine it all first.
Did you show them all that up there?
Yeah, I showed him. Look how they got Romex just running right out of the top of that conduit. That ain't right. That ain't right. Hey, our buddy is it OCSRC? I believe he's in Philadelphia. He's an electrician. He said he always watches the electrician videos and has comments. He'll probably have a conniption fit over this one. Buddy, we're not hooking it back up. This is just how they had it. So, the power's been turned off for a long, long time, and we want to get power back on this building. So this is what it once had. They didn't get it switched back to the back, so we're gonna start with a new service coming in the back, and they're supposed to come and get that all. Oh, I should tell them. This kind of stuff, people, we don't do ourselves. I mean, way too complex for me, and you need a permit. You need a licensed electrician. So we don't do this stuff ourselves, but we have a good guy that's going to come check it out. Lives pretty close to here, who has done some work for us before, and he's going to see what he can do to get us a little service entrance.
If y'all hadn't watched that video, he was the one that split our
Oh
grocery
yeah.
store.
When we did the grocery store next door, he's the guy that split the two services, basically on that building. The gentleman had two electrical services, and whenever that guy came, whenever the power company moved the service to the back, he had them combine both of the buildings into one bill, basically, into one service entrance. And whenever we split it back into two locations, we needed to split the power again, so we called that gentleman out, and he was able to split that back for us, gave us a good price, and did a good job. So we called him back. He says he can get power in this building for us. It's been sitting here a long time with no power. And tell them my theory, Donnie, about when a building doesn't have power on it.
When a building does not have power and does not have people,
no tenants, it's just sitting here.
It'll go to shit in no time.
Yep, the damn thing's rot into the ground. I think it's the air, man. I think it's like the air gets stagnant.
I don't know if it's the air movement, the skin particles, the something. Something's doing it. But if you just have somebody walk in and out once a month,
open the doors a little bit,
week,
walk around, turn some lights on, keep the air on, keep the heat on.
It does something to them.
It keeps them decent. And it might just be that if somebody's doing that, if they notice problems when they pop up, and so they work on them a little bit. But if you just let a building just sit with no power on it, that thing, you are going to lose it eventually.
Yep.
And it's breaking our heart that this one doesn't have any power on it. So we're gonna see if the guy can come by. So Donnie, he's gonna come meet you. You're gonna tell him what we want, and then he's gonna rough it in, and we're gonna get an inspector out here. So we'll splice in whatever happens there. We'll see you later.
Well, they're down here. I'm putting power on this building. Put a ground rod there. Put another one there that's 6 feet apart. That's code. Or at least 6 feet apart, I believe is code. So they put one there and they put one there. They ran up. Got our box here. Ran up there to our head. Conduit out, conduit through. That goes into our building in there. So got that done, got this up. It's got breakers in here too. They went in and they put as a plug in and put as a thing up top. So we gotta run across the street, get some parts and pieces, and we'll get back with you.
Well, folks, it's been a couple weeks since we started, and I see
zip ties laying on the ground.
3 sets of power lines up there now. Oh, come on, people, come on, people. Well, it happens. So it appears that the guy's been out here adding in power lines up there. Look how fresh everything looks. And then he hooked up our power box. Let's go check that out.
Looks like he pulled our weather head down.
Oh yeah. We might have to mess with that a little bit. We'll get it.
It looks like he's got that weather head off kilter.
What the crap?
But it looks like
Oh, you know why? Is the line too short?
No, it slid. Well, it might be the line's too short. Yeah, he might have done that intentionally. Because you can see where the tape rolled up on it. See where it was rolled up and taped?
Uh-huh.
He might have did that intentionally.
Well, I mean, it looks like he's got enough there, but I don't know, man. I don't know if we should mess with that. Should we mess with that?
I don't know. Ask the people.
Should we mess with it, people? Boy, I'll bet people are going nuts over this. Look at this.
Look at this. You know,
now the electrician had it straight up in the air, people. It wasn't like that.
You know, in South Carolina, you got to have 2 grounds.
Yeah, we got 2 grounds in.
And they got to be over 6 foot apart there.
I think you showed that on another video.
Oh, good.
I think.
All right, you want to look at what he's got in here? There you go, 200 amp.
Little 200 amp service disconnect.
And we got a couple extra breakers in here in case we need it.
We like to put the air on those or something, you know. But the breaker box has been added just inside that hole there. So we'll see about that. Well, I don't know, Donnie. I like all this. I don't know why that's crooked, but
It is what it is. There ain't much we can do about it at this point.
Really, it ain't our damn responsibility to move the line around, and he had to. I saw it like that. I mean, well, look at the tin up there. You can see where the mount was on it.
Yeah.
Maybe it moved after he did it. We'll consider moving that, people. I don't know. We're not one to really play with the damn power lines, though. So maybe we'll just call them or something. Is there slack there, Donnie?
Don't look like it, man. There's slack in the lines, but not in that damn ground. And that ground's what he's pulling.
Man, it's taut as hell. I don't know. He must have done it like that on purpose for some reason. Whatever. Whatever. Keep our eye on it. If it starts getting worse, Donnie, you call him, okay?
Okay.
All right, so this is the back of the building that we fixed up. This was already like this, really, but it was all messed up, man. It was falling apart. Should I show them a picture?
Yes, this is what happens when nobody's in it for 13 years.
When nobody's in it for many years, this is what happens. I'm gonna stand back here, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like now, and then we're gonna fade into what it used to look like, okay? Can you believe that? Can you even believe that that's the same building? We've done a little bit of work.
Now this doorway wasn't here.
I couldn't remember. All right.
But there's that beam. They probably can see that beam in the,
Oh, man.
that big beam in the picture that you just showed.
Oh, was it hanging out of the side of it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so anyway, we got us some power in down this wall. We kind of just wanted to have some outlets so we could plug some stuff up. We're going to move all of our sinks pretty soon. If anybody needs some sinks, let us know. So we left all that exposed so that the inspector could see it. Going into our box here. And we finally have a light bulb that works.
Yep, I can turn my flashlight off.
Now, Donnie, show them if this power works here. They're curious to know. What do we have here?
Don't work.
Oh, man. Check the breaker. Maybe the breaker's on.
Well, I wonder which one it is.
I don't know.
Me neither.
There you go. All right, so we got the power. Everything's cool. Had it inspected. Everything passed inspection. And this building, although minor, finally has power back on it. So we've got some power boxes here so we can plug in stuff. We can work on our cars. We can get lights. We're going to have the guy install us some more lights and stuff too. But we don't really know what we're going to do yet. Now, Donnie was freaking out the other day about a snake because of that snake skin up there. That snake, people, it looks real big, but I think it's about a foot long, Donnie.
Shit.
I think that's about a foot.
Hey, you ain't talking to women here.
It don't. You go the other way.
Oh, damn.
That is a big snake. I don't understand why it's like that, though. Look, it's moving. It's moving.
He hung himself on these bricks down here to pull his skin off, and then he went up there and around before
They do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Hey, you've got it all bleached out where we can't see. There you go. All right, now I'm going to zoom in so they can see it. It could be that damn snake is what moved the service entrance weatherhead.
That guy could have been hooking it up and looked in that hole there
and saw the snake
seen it and shit himself and pulled it.
I'm gonna have to edit that out now. Oh man, he always says stuff.
But he could have looked in the hole.
Yeah.
And seen that snake, and as he was falling off the ladder, he grabbed the line, and that's what.
Oh, and it tilted it.
Yeah.
And then he was scared to go back up. Could be. He's scared.
I'm scared.
All right. So, folks, we're very happy that we finally have power in this building. We need it all the time, and we've been running generators and stuff, and that's getting old. So,
y'all,
there it is.
I'm gonna let Ronnie go first out of this building. I'm gonna stay right on his tail. So we can get out of here.
What are you talking about?
Everybody told me to burn this damn thing to the ground about that damn snake.
Oh no, it's fine. That snake ain't hurting nothing. He's killing all of the rats that are in here.
What about that wasp nest?
Honestly, I would be more. I would rather be around the snake. The snake ain't gonna kill you.
Them damn wasps, I can run from them. A damn snake, I can't even see them.
All right, folks, so we just wanted to show you that we got our electrical hooked up. We're real proud of that. This building has not had electrical in 13 years, and before that, it was, wasn't all that great. So,
yo, subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up for filming it. Come on, thumbs up. We'll wait on you. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, subscribe if you hadn't already, and we'll catch you on the next one. There, boys. There's a dam. That's probably what was in that damn building down there. That damn thing. See how big he is? He's a fucking